I'm Audrie. I am learning how to interview authors. It is something I did in my military career. I liked it. I'm going to try and make it something that I can do in my civilian career as well. Will you please introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Nick, also known as NJ Alexander, and I am the author of this book, Fogbound.
Nice. Can you tell me a little bit about Fogbound?
Sure. So, Fogbound is an epic fantasy novel, and it stars a history teacher who is under some unfortunate mind control from a legendary hero, and he is whisked off to war and must do battle for his homeland and his own mind. It is a classic adventure fantasy novel. And yes, sounds like you're about to say something.
History teacher. So when I think history teacher, I think, my history teacher from high school.
Yeah.
Is this like an isekai, or is he's like a history teacher at like a university in this fantasy world?
He is actually a teacher at a school in this fantasy world. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So in world,
yes, in world
history teacher, not isekai. So I was doing some research on you. So I had some questions to ask. That at one point that you really like epic fantasy, epic quest, grand quests, and reluctant heroes. Why are those things that you enjoy reading and writing?
Oh man, how much time do we have? So
not that long. I don't have that long. Short answers, please.
Right. So I guess I'll answer I'll answer the last one first, the reluctant hero. So okay. I do think the idea of the chosen one is a bit overplayed. While I don't think it's a bad trope by any means, I've just seen a lot of it. And I wanted to, and I think the reluctant hero is a bit of a different take on the chosen one, because a reluctant hero can still be chosen, right? And there is debate whether the main character of Fogbound is indeed a chosen one. I will listen to arguments on either side on that one.
Yeah, but what do you think? You wrote it. What's your way in?
I do not believe he is a chosen one.
Okay.
I don't. But I can understand if somebody thinks he is.
I mean, it's art, so once you put it out into the world, how much does it really belong to you anymore?
Exactly. And I think it's cool that people have different interpretations. So I am all good with people having their interpretation of it. But at any rate, because I do think the chosen one could be a bit overdone, the reluctant hero is a way to make the chosen one a bit different, right? And I think it's interesting to have a hero who really doesn't want it, but eventually either has to because he's forced into it, or learns that, hey, I have to make some changes in my life and I have to take this on, and I need to go and do more important things now than my other life.
So you gave us two options here. You gave us this option or this option. Which one is your main character?
He is the type who is doesn't want any of this, and he would rather be in his little bungalow studying, doing whatever it is he does, but instead realizes there are things greater than what I'm doing here, and I have to do this. That is what he realizes. So that is the reluctant hero portion. To me, the adventure is always called to me in a fantasy story. I think it's attributed to, it's all the books I read when I was a kid, like the Lord of the Rings, all the games I played as a kid, like your Final Fantasies of the world. It's about the ragtag group of adventurers going out to try and do some good. And that's always struck a chord with me.
You mentioned video games. I know that you do a podcast.
I do.
It's the GameCube podcast.
So close. Goddamn GameCube.
Okay.
Very close.
So you host that. And then you also, I know you've had guest appearances on podcasts like Stuck in a Lift, where you also discuss video games. So clearly this is like something that's a big part of your like hobbies, your enjoyment, stuff like that. How has your love of video games influenced your writing and the way that you tell or structure your stories?
A lot. That's
great. Next question.
So I'll say that I think the way games, at least the ones that I played, are structured are you get sort of a glimpse of everything happening in the world and not necessarily just on one character or one thing. Yeah, multi-POV exists in books as well, of course.
Yeah.
But my first experience with multi-POV would come from games like an old school RPG, where maybe, hey, you've got your scenes with your main crew going off and doing their world-saving things, but then you might get a scene way back home and seeing what's going on back there. And that's how I've tried to develop, whether it's Fogbound or the future books. It was actually another interview that I did way back when Fogbound came out. One of the hosts on the Don't Make It Weird podcast pointed this out, and I think he put it better than I ever could. No character is left behind. And I always go back to see, I was always like checking in to see what's going on the other sides of the world. The characters you meet in the beginning who are sort of left behind when the other characters go on their quests, they don't just sit there and do nothing. And that's something that I did put a conscious effort into.
So what you mean by that is you go back. So if you introduce a character, you go back and check on them, or you wrap up their plot thread.
Yeah, I don't like to leave. It's not that I don't like to leave things, open to interpretation or anything, but I do want every character to have their time on stage. No one is wasted.
How do you balance that with creating fulfilling story arcs?
I think in terms of epic fantasy, I actually have a low amount of characters compared to a lot of epic fantasy stories.
Okay, how many characters are how many POV characters do you have in Fogbound?
I would say, oh man, now let's see. Let me see if I actually 10. Get this right. It's been a while. Definitely less than 10. Definitely less than 10. It's probably 5 or 6, but some of them I wouldn't even call a POV character. They get a chapter here, a chapter there, So I guess technically they're a POV character because they have a POV chapter, but most of the story is told from the lens of the main character. But a lot of characters will have their own, even if it's 1 chapter or 2 chapters here, just so you, as the reader, can see what's going on in the world. I think how that also helps with storytelling, it also helps build up suspense. There was a phrase I was thinking of, but I actually can't think of the word at the moment. That's a better way of phrasing it. When I think of it, I will say it.
Okay.
Dramatic irony. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Dramatic irony.
To keep talking and it will come to you.
That's right. I had to keep rambling and then it came to me. I love dramatic irony. That's generally
how it works, I think.
That's right. But yeah, dramatic irony is a huge part of my books and what I write. I love when the reader can see something that's happening on the other side of the world and be like, oh, okay, that's not good. And then, okay, now we get a POV character is talking about, okay, I'm going to go over there. And the reader's thinking, oh, this is going to be bad. I love doing stuff like that.
I like that. I'm okay, sold. I'm sorry I haven't read Fogbound until now, but I'm going to have to add it to my TBR.
Well, I appreciate that. No pressure. No pressure. It's all good.
I only have a billion books. You got an audiobook?
I don't. I wish I did.
Damn.
Someday it will happen. Yes.
Okay. I was just going to front load it if I had an audiobook option.
I know. I really should make that happen.
That's the life right now. So many people, their TBR is so long. So if you have an audiobook and they can do it while they're doing dishes or laundry or driving.
Oh, I love audiobooks. 100%. But someday.
I've been writing stories for a long time. And I doubt that they've always had dramatic irony. Do you like that segue? I thought it was pretty good.
I like
it. You mentioned in an interview with Jam Reads that you used to stay with your grandparents, and while you were there, you would handwrite stories to give to your parents. I feel like that's like, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. I would cry if one of my sons did that for me. My sons can't stand my 2 younger. They're like, when you talk, speech delayed. They're speech delayed. Sure. And then my oldest son, who's going to be 11 soon, hates reading and writing. So yay me.
Yeah. That didn't rub off on them, I suppose.
I feel like, have you from your days of short story writing, do you still do stuff like that? Do you still like hand jam little stories throughout the day? Are you writing things on notebooks and stuff, or on like legal pads, or do people even use legal pads anymore? Sticky notes? Because I feel like there's just like a connection when you're handwriting something versus typing something out,
I do love a good notebook. That's for sure. I think I didn't do it necessarily with Fogbound because the whole backstory behind Fogbound is like it's a whole thing.
You said you have all 5 of the books, draft 0, and you are a very meticulous, I believe you said,
Mhm.
plotter, a little
I am.
outliner.
Yes, yes. My outlines are longer than most short stories, I would
Oh,
say. I
okay.
think I I think the outline for book 4 may have been 10,000 words. I can't
Jeez.
remember. Yeah, that's just
Damn.
the outline. Yeah. It's I know when something is going to happen, why it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen.
Okay.
Generally. Things happen. I mean, hey, sometimes things happen when you're writing a chapter. You're like,
Yeah.
actually, it's kind of guiding me this way. But I generally have a good idea of what's going to happen and when.
Yeah.
But to
I
answer your
think
original
that,
question, though,
yeah,
legal
sorry.
pads, no pads. No, it's okay. I want to make sure I answer your question.
I
The
forgot
journey,
the question.
totally.
Oh, we were vibing. I was gonna
Right?
go that direction. So whatever, bring it
That's
back.
funny.
Cool.
That's
Notepads,
funny.
legal
Yeah,
pads, handwriting stories.
yeah. Way, way, way back before I did the draft 0 of all these books, I had
Mhm.
the entirety of the quote unquote original trilogy that I wrote basically on, as you said, legal pads. It was
Mm.
essentially
Oh,
like 300 pages just of handwritten stuff.
duh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I might
handwriting.
still have it somewhere. I'm not sure if I
That's
tossed
pretty
it when I
cool.
moved, but I might still have it somewhere. Yeah.
That would be so sad if you tossed it. That's kind
I
of like
mean,
one of those things in the moment where it's like, "Oh, I don't need this," but then like maybe 10 years later, you'd be
it's
like,
also
I
like,
guess
maybe it's old and bad at this point. So I don't know if I even want it, but
I'm
it's probably somewhere
okay.
around here. Yeah.
So you had written the original outline
Yes,
on legal pads,
pretty
but
much.
you don't do, you're not like at work. You're like, oh, I don't want
No.
to be at work, and you're just like, I'll just like, we won't show your work to us. We'll just be like
Yeah, it's like,
drawing or like writing out some whimsical something or
mhm.
other. That's not your jam anymore.
Not typically, no. In the
Yeah.
daydreaming, absolutely. It's all up here. During the day, when
Okay.
I'm paying attention to work, it's all up here. And I retain it pretty well, I would say, the random daydreams. So that'll come out
Okay.
basically when I get home, essentially.
That you were working on another project as well that was kind of like weird and out there.
I did
What is
mention
that about? Are you still
uh,
working on that?
yeah. So it's been sidelined for now because the Fogbound sequel just taken me so long. So I've sidelined
Mm-hmm.
that project for now. It really has no, like, I wouldn't say there's been actual work put into it, just a lot of thoughts and vibes in that.
I mean, that's a great place to start for a draft 0 or a draft 1. Thoughts and vibes are all you need.
There's a lot of thoughts and a lot of vibes. I don't have a plot at this point.
Just
So it
fix
makes
it
it a
in
little
post. It's fine.
yeah, fix it in post.
Fix
We
it
say
in
that in
post.
podcasting. Yep. I know. I got to find a plot for that before I do anything with it. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's either going to be when these 4 are done and published, or maybe I'll do a couple, take a little break, and then start working on that. But we'll see. At some point, I would like to write it, but I've put it a little bit further down the priority list now that these other books have taken me a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Yeah, just a
I
little.
have a question about that.
No.
Yeah. So in a few interviews, actually,
Uh-oh.
an interview that you did with Nick Fuller 2 years ago.
Oh, God, that was 2 years ago? Oh,
2 years
man.
ago.
Wow.
You said that you have projected 4 books. I have it written here, which is
Yep.
extra embarrassing that I said 5
He said
because I have it written in front of me that it's 4.
That's funny.
4 books in the series. You
Mhm.
had completed draft 0
Mhm.
for all of the follow-up novels.
That's right.
And you also mentioned that you had hopes of publishing book 2 the same year of that interview, and in another interview with Jam Reads, you were
Mhm.
hoping to publish at the end of 24,
Yep.
early 25.
Yep.
You said that the manuscript was actually with beta readers. So what happened?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
The
So
whole book?
yeah, I was like,
the
it
whole
needs
book?
it
You
needs
scrapped
work.
it?
I didn't scrap the whole thing. It
Okay.
needed so much more work.
Okay.
Initial reads. I'm just like, you know what? It just needs more work before I can actually officially either, I don't want to say officially send it out because people have read a little bit of it, right? But I kind of pulled it back because I'm reading the draft and I'm like, you know what? This isn't ready.
Okay.
A lot has
fair.
happened since I wrote that, because these were all basically written at the same time. This is feedback to Fogbound influences it. feedback on like just how I've grown as a writer influences it, how I've learned things. And I'm like, this should probably change. This should probably change. And okay, there's a lot of work that's going to go into this right now. So
as you make those changes in book 2, how does it affect? Is it also affecting book 3 and 4?
So so the issue here is before Fogbound went to publication, of course, some things are going to get updated, right? And some things are going to change. So that caused a waterfall effect. So that means some parts of the draft of book 2 have to change, which is fine. Which means I have to go back into book 2 and fix it. One of the funniest things is there's a certain character in Fogbound that has gained a lot of popularity that I did not intend for. So is
it your super hot villain that you maintain is not hot at all?
I hate it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. That one. Yeah.
It is? Oh.
It's exactly what you're talking about. That is exactly the one.
I was kidding. I'm sorry.
You're not kidding. No, you may have tried to kid, but no, that is exactly who I'm talking about. It's a great guess.
Good guesser.
Great guess. Great guess. The best guesser. Yeah. So I'm like, I did not expect him and another character who were a lot more popular than I thought. So I'm like, well, I gotta account for that now. I mean, I think if people were to read this current, I wouldn't say current, I've done work on it. If people were to read that iteration of book 2, they'd be like, hey, I really like this guy from book 1. Where's he at? So it's like,
dead. Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. I need to put some work into how I can weave these unexpected favorites into book 2. And that takes a little bit of effort. It takes some work. I'm not, pandering here, but I do want to.
That was going to be my question. How do you balance like, I want the reader to feel like this character, who they've obviously had a connection to, has a proper close in the story versus like, you guys like this, I'm gonna capitalize on it. Yeah. Like, how do you balance that?
Yeah, I think part of it is it's like, well, obviously I did something right if people really connect, whether it's liking or hating for different reasons of a certain character. So I need to do more of it. That's what I think. And I also think that, maybe what I had planned originally wasn't enough for them.
Okay.
So that's what I've been thinking too in this next book, especially this sequel. I'm like, maybe I didn't put enough into this. Maybe this character needs a little bit more to really shine, to really have the effect that I intended. That goes into it.
Do you think that your intent wasn't received by your audience? Or
no, I think they were just way more popular. They were more popular than I intended. That's really it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. Yeah. I one of them especially, not the super hot one that everybody loves. He's not hot, by the way. I hate that. One of the characters is, I wouldn't call him a side character. He's also not a main character, but people love him. And I'm like, I need to put more of him in book 2 then. Give the people what they want and also give him a more satisfying arc, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Is this like a sidekick character or a side character who has a completely like their own story that they're working through?
More of a sidekick. They're not a POV character.
I just love a sidekick.
Yeah,
I love a sidekick, especially points if it's an older man with his adopted little feral child. That dynamic, stop. It's so
great
good.
Great dynamic.
It really is.
Not with this.
What kind of dynamic did this sidekick main character have?
Mentor to sidekick.
Okay.
Yeah. So started off as not older than the main character, but not
I'm
old.
sorry.
Yeah, not like ancient, but older. I would say the main character is in his mid-20s. This guy would be in his mid-30s. So not old, of course, but just older.
Oh, okay. So he's like not a he's not a sidekick. He's a mentor, like you were saying. He's
a mentor, but it kind of goes to the sidekick role as the main character gets more experience, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of how that goes. But people loved him. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I should work here.
It sounds like you wrote a really great dynamic between them.
Kudos to me, I guess. Who would have thought?
Do you have like a mentor in your life that you modeled this person after?
You know what's interesting? these characters aren't really modeled after anybody I know in real life.
Okay.
Not really. I'm trying to think. No, not really. Some of them have different facets of my personality.
Okay.
Like stretched out into different characters. This guy, I'm trying to think if he does. Yeah, he's kind of out there. Probably not.
I mean, I'm sorry I haven't read it. I can't make good guesses on it, but it's like usually when you have a mentor character, you're either you have somebody in your life who's made a big impact, and you take maybe not that person, but that experience and imbue it into your writing, because the most convincing writing is writing what you know, even in a fantasy setting. So, but yeah, fuck it, cool. You're just really great at writing mentors.
Apparently, like I don't actually know anything. That's so I just kind of go with it.
Cool, great. Fake it till you make it, dude.
Exactly.
I like it.
That's what I try to do.
I actually only have one more question.
All right.
I love that transition. I know that it was super awkward.
Great transition.
Exactly.
Oh no,
what transition?
Yeah.
Perfect. When I was scrolling through your Instagram to try and find things to ask you about, I noticed that you were a collaborator on also, hold on one second. Your Instagram, your author page Instagram has there needs to be more authory stuff on there. I mean, like there doesn't have to be, but like if it's your author, aren't you in marketing? You're like in marketing.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your good excuse for that?
I didn't use Instagram for a long time, and it was a personal Instagram. I kind of converted it to an author Instagram. Yeah, I don't actually have a personal Instagram account unless, well, my personal and my author are the same account, essentially. And
okay, this is all making way more sense now.
Yeah, and I was not a big Instagram user. I'm still not that big on Instagram. More so, I guess, somewhat recently, but I was never really that big on Instagram. I was more of a Twitter guy.
Oh, okay.
Twitter. I am not really on Twitter that much anymore, to be honest.
It's a hellscape, so you know.
Twitter was my main jam. Yeah, if you scroll through my Twitter, you'll find a lot more authory stuff.
I don't have Twitter. I hate that platform.
That would do it.
I should have just signed back into the Twitter that I have. That was my fault. I was being a bad investigator.
That's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I should do more with my Instagram. It's actually something that I want to do more with. I want to get into reels, and I want to get into like posting more on Instagram, stuff like that. I mean, not that I have a giant following or anything, but I feel like nowadays with, as you said, Twitter being a hellscape, Blue Sky being like a really cute place that nobody engages with at all. I love the idea of Blue Sky, but I don't think anything.
Blue Sky is just because it was the people who did Twitter, right?
Yeah.
They just were like, okay, we'll just make Blue Sky. It just has a hard time. Yeah. Like taking off.
I like the idea of it. 100%. Love the idea of it, but I've never been able to get traction on there, and I haven't really put a lot of effort into it. So I love engagement on Blue Sky. I like Threads. Threads is a cool place.
Yeah. I feel like Threads is it's having a moment. It had its moment when it started, where everybody's like, oh, Threads is so great, everybody's so nice here. And then it kind of did that dip where it's like,
no one cares,
capitalism got a hold of it so quickly. But I think it's back up on the upswing as it creates its natural like place in social media.
I agree. When Fogbound was coming out, it was like, terrible timing for me. That was when Twitter was kind of on its like, Elon just bought it, now we're going But Threads had just gotten released, and I'm not saying I was one of the pioneers, but I was. I was one of those like people from author Twitter that went to Threads basically immediately. I was able to build a pretty good following on there right from the start, which I promptly did nothing with because I went inactive on social media for like 6 months, but it's fine. But Threads was a really good place for for me to get ARC readers. I actually, Threads was like, I mean, I got 6,000 something followers on Twitter and much, much less on Threads, but
I thought you were going to say Threads. That's why my eyes were like,
no,
how did you get 6,000 followers on Threads?
No, much less on Threads. I actually don't know off the top of my head, but it's not nearly that many. But the engagement ratio for Threads was way higher than what I was getting on Twitter, and still is today too. So I recommend, like, if you're an author, Threads is a pretty good place to talk books. I want to be more active on it, especially since I've really stopped using Twitter almost entirely. I posted for the first time in probably a month this week just to retweet and post about ZB Steel's cover reveal.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only time I've used Twitter really in the past month. But other than that, I'm really more active on Threads these days, and I want to be more active on Instagram. Haven't gotten into TikTok yet. It's another thing I would like to do. I think TikTok and Reels kind of go hand in hand. You know,
you can use the material on both. They have the same aspect ratio, so you can recycle stuff.
Exactly. So I'm thinking like I do need to get into that. Because even long before this, I felt I kind of saturated my Twitter audience at a certain point where I'm like, barring something going viral, it's the same people seeing my stuff. They've already either bought it or engaged with it or done the thing that I asked them to do. I'm not getting a whole lot of Twitter anymore. And as we've said, it is a hellscape. So I don't have much interest in building that much higher unless something happens, which I doubt. So I really think it's the Meta suite of social medias I'll be spending most of my time on now, the Threads, the Instagrams, and whatnot.
I have heard that Facebook is a really great place for authors.
I've heard that too. I don't have I have a personal account, of course. I don't have an author page on Facebook. Maybe I should. If I'm getting into Instagram and Threads, just have Meta and Zuck take over my entire social existence. Whatever, it's fine.
They already have all your information.
It's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's fine.
It'll be
plus if you post Reels, you can recycle it on TikTok, but it'll also immediately post on Facebook.
Yes, which is nice too.
All of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the ecosystem. You know what I mean? It's like once you're in, it's like, it's hard to get out.
Yes, exactly. So that is what I would like to do with my social media. And I will post more on Instagram. Absolutely. Just gotta do it.
You won't? No balls.
I like it. I actually like Instagram. I don't know why I don't post more, but I like it.
Don't talk about it. Be about it, Nick.
Damn. All right. Well, fine. After this, I'm gonna go post something on Instagram. I don't know what I'm gonna post. I'll post something.
Tell him I sent you.
That's right. Hey, Audrie told me to post this, so here we go.
I have so many people tag me on Instagram because of that stupid channel I have where I just people was in the Willow Wraith Press.
They're great ideas, actually. I save all of them. I'm gonna do them eventually.
I'm chronically online, so that should go towards some good somewhere.
Yeah, I think they're great. I think I've saved basically all the ideas. Like I'll screenshot them, put them in a folder to hopefully act on them later. But
so you've seen all of the ideas.
Oh,
you just still haven't posted. You posted 0 things still.
I have posted 0. I know it's been a while. I'm gonna get there though. I have
faith in you.
Thank you.
I believe in you.
Yeah. But I'll get there.
Keep it on the same timeline as your I'm sorry. That was an inappropriate dig at you. We've known each other for 30 minutes.
I get it. Oh, you're making fun of my timeline for publishing. I get it.
I'll do it. And then, like you said, you were going to publish Fogbound, and then the Fogbound 2, and it's not. I get it.
I mean, if we're continuing on this trend of making fun of my timing, oh man, we didn't know each other, and you didn't know the original article I posted on Twitter way back when. It's called "How I Fucked Up." It's a great article.
Is it about the Vanity Press one?
Yes, you may have read it.
I have read stuff, and it was like copy support an author or something like that. Whatever you talked about how you got fucked by a Vanity Press.
Yeah,
they're so scary. They prey on people who don't know what they don't know.
I didn't know what I didn't know. That was a long time ago. I had no idea what I was doing. But at the end of that post, you may have noticed that I was aiming for a rapid release of this series.
Didn't see that part.
Clearly that didn't happen. But that was also
I think you went the better route. I think in one of your comments you had said that you were really once you read it back, you were really unimpressed with some of the things that you've done. I really hope that you don't keep yourself in this cycle of looks like a trend at this point. Where it's like, hey, I've written this.
Yeah.
I've read it back. I don't like it. I'm gonna rework it. I hope that because it sounds like you have a really solid plan for Fogbound 2, 3, and 4. So
yeah.
Put them out. People want the books.
I know. I think it actually does warm my heart that people do actually want them. You know, I'm not a bestseller by any means. I don't have thousands of reviews, but it is nice that they resonate with people, that something you write resonates with people and that someone wants to see more, right? I think that's pretty nice. So like, you know, I'm not a full-time author. This isn't my job. I'm not relying on it for royalties or money or whatever. So it's that aspect of it. That's really the reason I'm doing this. And it does my heart good when someone says, hey, I love this. When's the sequel? And it also hurts. I have to say, nowhere close. Sorry, dude.
So actually, pump the brakes there.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have to wait. All good things in time, right?
That's right. That's right. I think there's been this is another thing too that like shifts in our lives they interrupt the best laid plans as they say. I think I had a lot going on by the time when Fogbound came out till now. I don't know if you know the full story. I published Fogbound the day I left on a trip to Italy with my then girlfriend, who I then proposed to on that trip. So we got engaged, then got married, then had a honeymoon, bought a house, moved. Oh yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Life happens.
Yeah, lot of life happening. Yeah, a lot of life happened very fast. And before I knew it, 2023 was 2025. And I'm like, whoa, where did that go? And now we're in 2026. So a lot has happened in the past couple of years. Quick. Yeah. A lot has happened in the past almost 2.5 years since I finished Fogbound, for sure. But hey, things happen. We have to adapt. I'm in a better, more calm in my life spot now, which is nice. Which is I've actually done work on the Fogbound sequel the past few months, which is good. You know, just
round of applause.
No, right? So it's felt good to get some done. And I do like the direction it's headed in now. There's a couple of things I need to work on, but I do think the direction is much better than what it was.
So where are you at in the process? So you are writing your new draft from feedback and from your own self-editing. And then you're going to send to beta readers?
Yeah, after that point, it'll be ready for betas. At some point in the near future, maybe in the next month or so, I might reach out to some folks who read Fogbound and get like a vibe check on the first couple chapters to see how things are going. Because this book is a little different than Fogbound, which I think I'm going to keep. That does have a slightly different, I wouldn't say the vibes are totally different, but there's a bit of a different vibe to it. Fogbound, people really like the humor that was in Fogbound. I didn't write a humorous book. I feel like it's not a comedy, but I feel like I did a pretty good job with the humor. People say the parts that are funny that I intended to be funny, and I'm like, okay, that's great. Subsequent books are not going to be funny almost at all. So the humor is like not really there, and they're a lot more melancholy. So that's something I'm trying to balance too. People really attach to the humor, but
I feel like that's something that naturally, if as a series continues and you reach the like big climax of the series, that it makes sense that the quippy, sarcastic, whatever kind of humor you're imbue whatever that word is into the story, kind of starts declining as things ramp up to be more serious. So that totally makes sense to me. I think that's a good call. Are you still gonna keep elements of that in book 2, or is it like
elements? Because I think some characters, some of the characters are what made the humorous parts of Fogbound humorous, and those characters aren't just gonna like lose that entire part of their personality. Of course, things are gonna get more serious, but like one of the side characters is kind of like the lovable doofus type. While he's less of a doofus in book 2, there'll still be some comedic moments with him. I'm not going to let that go entirely.
So he has had character growth then.
He has.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he had a lot of character growth by the end of Fogbound, I would say, is when that, I won't want to say drop off, but when the maybe I will say drop off. The drop off of humor really happened was toward the end of Fogbound when he got to really like that part of his arc. But there will still be some shades of that humorous, lovable goofball guy in book 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important to have a character or have some sort of comedic relief.
I think some levity is important, even in the most serious works. Like, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but even in like a Game of Thrones or even in Lord of the Rings, there is humor at certain points. Sure, it's few and far between, but it does help to break up those really dark or really just like whoo kind of parts.
Yeah, the readers need to breathe sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
They need before you just like dunk them under again.
Exactly.
All right, come up for air.
Right.
Back in. Let's go.
Yep. And I would say too, like, book 2 is a lot more of an like action adventure story than Fogbound was. Fogbound,
so what would be?
Yeah. Fogbound had a mix of a lot of elements. There's some political intrigue, there's the action adventure, and there's the war aspect of it. Book 2 is really focused on the adventure and like the wonder of the world they find. That's really the subject of book 2. And it's actually like, it kind of stretches my skill as a writer as well, because
I love that though.
Yeah, it's like a test for me. Because descriptives, settings, and stuff is always I don't want to say weakest. I'm not weak at anything. That's not true. But that's not true.
Strong.
I would say out of things like dialogue, narration, whatever, writing about scenes, description, setting, how characters get from A to B, that's probably where I take the most time and struggle the most. So that's another reason why this book is taking a little bit longer is there's a lot more of that in it than there was in Fogbound. A lot more seeing these landscapes that they've never seen before, trekking across lands that with, I don't know, things. I guess that I'll just leave it at that. Across these wonders they've never seen, how to describe that, how they feel when they see that sort of thing.
Trying really hard not to sing A Whole New World. I'm trying so hard.
That's really funny. I wouldn't blame you if you did.
I can't sing. I can't.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
We shouldn't at all.
We shouldn't do this. I can't either. That'd be really bad.
I'm keeping it in. I'm not. Duet. We're gonna duet it. It's gonna be like car karaoke.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Everybody would jump off immediately. If they made it this far, they'd be like, I'm out.
My Instagram career dead before it even started, if that's the case.
Oh, this brings me back.
Ooh,
singing.
Yes.
Sorry, that was
singing.
loud. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Not loud.
I have a hard time with tone.
These are great.
Your Instagram. I was scanning your Instagram, trying to find stuff, and you're a collaborator on a lot of videos for what is it called? I have it in my notes.
I might be able to guess.
Western Education.
Yes.
The band Western Education.
That's
Your
my brother's
the
band.
lead singer. Yep.
Yes, that's right. It's my brother's band. I'm very proud of him. So he's that's my younger brother. So it's a proud older brother moment. He started this band in college. Has it been 10 years? It may have been. It may be 10 years. If not 10 years, very close to 10 years. COVID in that era was really tough on bands, as I'm sure you can guess. Live shows just didn't happen, especially for local artists. I mean, their music is great. My brother, I mean, of course I'm going to gas them up. He's my brother. But,
I think they're in the Northeast, but they're they have that Midwestern emo vibe, and I'm there for it. The pop punk.
Yep, alternative rock. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
I like it. I was going through some of their songs.
Yeah, they've Millennial Youth, their albums. They had the album release show. A few over the summer, I believe, last July, their latest album came out. So that was cool. But yeah, no, they've done a great job. I know all the guys in his band. A lot of them were at my wedding. So I mean, I've known them all for years. So it's a good group of guys. They do a good job. That's for sure.
Seeing that you so my original question was going to be, before I knew that it was your personal Instagram that you transitioned to your author Instagram, I was going to be like, oh, are you do you dabble in songwriting?
No.
Yeah, no, that question.
Not.
I wrote that question though. And I felt like I needed to say it out loud because I worked really hard on that question.
That's funny.
And it was
No.
just yep.
No, absolutely not. I mean,
No,
maybe
not even a little bit.
No, maybe I'll do it as a joke.
Are there no songs in Fogbound?
No, there is no singing. There are no songs. Yeah, yes. I know. That's
do you have poetry in Fogbound?
No poetry.
Yeah, definitely adding it to my TBR. I've read so many books, and you know what? Yeah. I'm just poetry stupid. I am too. I can't help it. So when there's poems or there's songs in a thing, I skim it or I skip it.
Yeah, I get that.
Bad reader habit, but
I get it. I know. I can't do the songs. I a lot of respect people who can write that stuff. I have a buddy, honestly a great beta reader for me for Fogbound, Alex Rivera, great guy, good friend of mine. He's a poet, and his stuff is just amazing. I read this stuff and I'm just like, how do you pack all this into like 8 lines, 200 words? It's really incredible stuff. Not something I'd be able to do.
It's a real skill. Poetry is a skill. I think people really don't like. I say I'm poetry stupid because there are so many layers, like a trifle, like an onion, if you want, to poetry and understanding. And I feel like I can, at some point, if I'm analyzing a poem, I'm like, am I analyzing this or am I just making stuff up at this point? I can't even tell.
Nope. I get that.
So,
I totally get that. I mean, I feel the same way. I have no idea. I read the stuff. I think it's awesome, but analysis is hard.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm like, whoops. Yeah.
I'm not in college anymore. I don't need to do this.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Those are all that's all the questions I have for you.
All right. Nice.
You answered all of them in under an hour. Yay.
What are we at? 45? Oh, tight 45. I like it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Look at us. High five.
Hell yeah. All
well,
right.
I really appreciate you giving me some of your time, especially since it's late where you are. And this is a great chat. I really enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad. I did too. It's actually my first author interview in a while. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. So thank you for having me. Much appreciated. I think I might have been on with Bill at one point, but yeah, that was the last time. It's been a while. Oh, it was with Dave. That's right. We did our 2 Scamps show.
You guys.
I forgot about that.
Are you still doing 2 Scamps?
Yeah, we got to do another one. It was definitely meant to be like a once every couple of months, every few months kind of thing. Not like a
when was the last time you guys did one?
It was in November, I think. So we kind of took the holiday off. Now we got to get back to it. Yeah.
And then the next holiday off, and then the next holiday off.
Exactly.
I get it.
You noticing the theme with me, I think?
Yeah. No, you know what? You know what it sounds like?
Yeah.
It sounds like you got a really good case of ADHD. And I know Dave does.
That's really funny.
It's one of those you're chasing the dopamine. And if it's not hitting anymore.
You got done. Nah, I love Dave. It was a fun time. We got to bring that back. I talked to him a few weeks ago. Maybe it was January of some sort, saying, "Hey, we got to bring that back and do something. We should think of a topic." But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think any reason to talk about books and talk about things with people. I don't know about you. I am very much an introvert. I'm very much stuck at home with my kids. So the internet is where I get a lot of my social interaction. So I love stuff like watching podcasts or watching vlogs, listening to podcasts and stuff like that. Something that makes you feel included in the community.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I think that's just the 2 Scamps is just another avenue to create community.
Yes. Oh, that's a great way to put it. An avenue to create community. Look at that. I like that a lot.
Hashtag avenue to create community.
Got to write that down. Oh, it's recorded. Okay, you got it on recording. You're not going to forget it now.
No, not at all. I'm going to actually clip this
Perfect.
And send it in the now. All right. Well, again, that's all I have. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the group chat.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Audrey. This was fun.
It was fun. Thank you so much.